Hello YouTube, it's finally summer. Summer always reminds me of reading. And so, to celebrate summer, I thought I'd share with you some of my favorite books to read. As a YouTuber, I, of course, really appreciate YouTuber books. YouTuber books in general are really interesting because, you know, they're written by the people that you watch online, and sometimes you get a bit of new insight. So, like, Tyler Oakley's book Binge is really good because it's really in-depth. It really tells you about him as a person, and basically just kind of gives you his backstories and, like, his YouTube stories and his hilarious stories and his sad stories. It's a bit mature in places, so if you're not into mature themes, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for you. Then there's books like Tabbing Off or The Amazing Book Is Not on Fire, written by Dan Howell and Phil Lester. It kind of gives more of like a fun side to remembering their channel. Altogether, it's more of a fun read than a intense emotional read. But YouTuber books aren't the only books I've ever read. As a child, my parents would always have to tell me to stop reading. I was the kid that would do nothing but sit on the couch and just read the entire day. So I've read a lot of books, and these are just some of the ones that I really remember or really liked when I read them. We're gonna start off with The Compound by S.A. Bodine. It's about a really rich family who's currently living in a fallout shelter because of nuclear war and stuff. But honestly, it's a really fun read. It has some unexpected turns, and all over, I just recommend it. It's one of my all-time favorites. So the next book I want to talk to you about is actually more of a series. It's the Warrior Cat series. All these books are about 4 clans of cats who kind of get along, but they also have like fights with each other, and it's basically just about them like in the wild, like surviving and stuff. And yeah, there's a lot of issues with them, but I always just found them really enjoyable. I've got Each Little Bird That Sings, which I actually have autographed. It's a bit of an easy read. I think I read this in elementary school, but I did have a kind of high reading level. But what I liked about this book as a child was it really kind of helps you understand like the concept of death and how to move on and stuff. It's set in a funeral home. The girl lives there with her family. I think it has some really good themes in it. It has been a while since I've read it. The next book on my list is Petite Prince. You can find it in English as The Little Prince if you want. I have my copy personally in French because I went to France and I'd read this book in my French class, and that just seemed like a perfect opportunity. This book has some really interesting themes in it, and I don't think you'll catch them all if you read it in English. There's a lot of words that mean multiple things in different languages, so reading the book in the original language, if possible, is always a really good choice. The next book on my list is this one, The 5 Flavors of Dumb. It's about a deaf girl who manages her high school's rock band. It's a really good book. It has a lot of really inspiring themes in it. I like the way they portray the characters. All the characters have a lot of depth to them and are all very well characterized, which I really appreciate in a book. Anyway, I could go on probably for hours, but I'll cut it there today. So if you liked this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, or if you liked me, you can hit the subscribe button. You can also comment below if you have any books that you'd recommend to other people, and you can also follow me at any of the social media below. So, until next time, bye!